Adult Solutions. Add-on Desire.
Hello viewers, welcome to Adult Solution Daily Current Affairs. I am Lokesh Penigunda. This session is mainly designed for aspirants preparing for banking, groups and such other competitive examinations. We cover news articles from both the Hindu and the Indian Express. Make a use of this. First, we have an article dealing with the passing away of a former Attorney General of India. It is stated that Mr. Soli Sarabji, who was India's 11th Attorney General, has passed away. So, we'll see with the topic Attorney General. Attorney General is the highest law officer in the country. He is the highest law officer in the country. He is mainly appointed to give advice to the union government and also to defend the union government's interest when it comes to judicial matters. So, he defends and appears for the government of the union and he advises the union government. So, who is the first ever Attorney General of the country? The first Attorney General of the country is Mr. M.C. Setalvad. And Mr. M.C. Setalvad worked as Attorney General of the country for a long period of nearly 13 years. So, from 1950 till 1963, he worked as an Attorney General. And who is our present Attorney General? The 15th and the present Attorney General of the country is Mr. K.K. Venugopal. Venugopal. Mr. Venugopal, who is appointed as the Attorney General of the country in the year 2017, is initially given a 3-year tenure. So, initially, he is given a 3-year tenure and he has to retire by 2020. But the government has extended his tenure by 1 more year. So, he will retire in this year if the government is not giving any more extension to Mr. K.K. Venugopal, who is the 15th Attorney General of the country. So, we have seen here that the first Attorney General has given or served as the Attorney General for 13 years, whereas it is here we can see that the 15th Attorney General is given an initial tenure of only 3 years. So, is there any specific tenure or time limit given for a person who is appointed as the Attorney General? The answer is not specifically. The Constitution did not say the specific tenure given to the Attorney General. It is the President. It is the President who appoints the Attorney General, and when he appoints the Attorney General, the rules and the tenure also will be set by the President. And also, it is the President who has the power to remove this Attorney General. So, even if the President states that Mr. A, you are appointed as the Attorney General for the next 3 years, even before the completion of these 3 years, the President can remove him if he wants. So, there is no fixed tenure and there is no security for his job. This is the relevant information regarding the Attorney General of India. Next, we have an article where we can see that an AAP MLA, that is an Aam Aadmi Party MLA, which is running the government in the Delhi, has requested the President or the government for the President's rule. So, what do you mean by a President's rule? President's rule means suspension of the state or union territory government. We know that the Union Territory of Delhi has an elected government. So, when the President's rule is imposed on the Union Territory of Delhi, then the government of the Union Territory of Delhi, which is being led by the AAP or the Aam Aadmi Party led government, would have to be suspended and it will be directly administered by the union government. So, when you have a President's rule, the state government would be suspended and the union government can also get powers regarding the administration of the state related issues. And Article 356 of the Constitution provides for this President's rule. Also, President's rule can also be called as the state emergency. State emergency. So, who imposes the President's rule or the state emergency? It is imposed by the President of the country. He can bring the President's rule or the state emergency on a particular state or a union territory on two occasions. When the union government, that is the Council of Ministers at the union level, ask him to impose it, or when the governor of a state or a union territory ask the President to impose the President's rule, stating that the government which is elected by the people is not running according to the Constitution. So in both these cases, the President can bring in the state emergency, which would lead to the suspension of an elected government. Next, we have an article where 8 Naga women were sentenced by a district court for humiliating another woman a few years back. These 8 Naga women did so based on an order given by a kangaroo court. So, what is a kangaroo court? Kangaroo court or an assembly are in general illegal assemblies. They give orders, judgments, punishments based on their own laws and customs rather than following the laws set by the country's parliament and the constitution. So let's say there is tribe A and a matter has come to the heads of these tribes. So what they will do is they will start a kangaroo court and they will discuss and deliberate upon this issue and they will pass a judgment based on their own rights and their own practices. So what is the main problem with the kangaroo courts? They do not follow the legal standards set up by the constitution and the parliament, and also they are not backed by the constitution and the parliament. So these are illegal assemblies or illegal courts which gives orders or punishments. This is relating to the kangaroo courts in general. Next, the country Kyrgyzstan and the country Tajikistan wants to reduce the cross-border tensions between them. So it is stated that 39 people are dead due to the clashes between these two bordering countries. The main issue with this crisis is a dispute in the border between them. And the current dispute is in the area of Warchuk. So you can see the Warchuk, an area at the bordering areas of the country Kyrgyzstan and the country Tajikistan. So both these countries claim this area and there is a clash between the armies of these two countries, and as a result people have lost their lives. So these two are Central Asian countries and these are successor countries of USSR. We know that the USSR country disintegrated in the 1990s. So once it was disintegrated, new countries were formed, and Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan were some of the new countries that were formed after the disintegration of USSR. So what is the capital of these two countries? The country Kyrgyzstan's capital is Bishkek, whereas the country Tajikistan capital is Dushanbe. Next, we have an article where we are celebrating or commemorating the 400th death anniversary of Sri Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji. So, Sri Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji is the 9th Sikh Guru. We know that there are 10 human Sikh Gurus in the Sikh religion, and he is the 9th of these Gurus. He has written many hymns, and these hymns are even added to the Guru Granth Sahib. Guru Granth Sahib. This is the central religious scripture of Sikh religion. And you should also note that Sri Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji was killed on the orders of Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb. So, the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb has ordered the killing of this 9th Sikh Guru because he defied the orders of the Mughal Empire and the Mughal Emperor. And also you should note that he is the father of the 10th Sikh Guru, Sri Guru Gobind Ji. And also you should note that Sri Guru Gobind Ji is not only the 10th Guru of the Sikh religion, but also he is the last human Guru of Sikh religion. This is relating to Sri Guru Tej Bahadur Ji. Next, there is a news article where you can see that 20 members are killed in an ethnic group clash in the country of Ethiopia. So, where is Ethiopia? Ethiopia is a landlocked country in the African nation and it lies on the Horn of Africa. So, you can see Ethiopia, which is lying on the Horn of Africa, which is bordering the countries of Eritrea, Djibouti, Somalia, Kenya, South Sudan and Sudan, and its capital is Addis Ababa. The Ethiopian ethnic group clashes are continuously in the news. So, we should also know about the major ethnic groups living in the country of Ethiopia. So, there are groups such as Tigrayans, Oromos and Amharas. These are the major ethnic groups living in the country of Ethiopia. Next, we have an article dealing with Mr. Angad Veer Singh Bajwa. Mr. Angad Veer Singh Bajwa is a national sportsman relating to the sport of skeet. So, what is the sport skeet referred to? In the image you can see where a man is trying to blow a clay pot or a clay target which is sent through a projection. So, skate refers to a shooting event where a clay target in general would be aimed at, and Mr. Angad Veer Singh is a national champion in this sport. Next, we have an article where we can see that the European Union have contracted when it comes to the GDP. So, what do you mean by GDP? GDP refers to the gross domestic product. So, what is the gross domestic product? It is a monetary value of all the goods and all the services that are produced in the country in a fixed tenure or in a fixed time frame. Generally, this fixed time frame is 1 year. So, all the goods and all the services that are produced in the country for 1 year will be called as the GDP. So, let's say in the year 2019 to 2020, the country India is able to produce goods and services worth 3 crore rupees, then we can state that the GDP of India for the year 2019 and 20 is 3 crores. Whereas for 2020 to 2021, if our India's GDP is increased to 3.3 crores, then we can say that the GDP of the country has increased because from 3 crores in the last year, we are able to produce goods and services worth 3.3 crores. So, in this case, we can call it as a GDP expansion or GDP growth. So, if for the year 2021 and 2022, you are able to produce only 2.5 crore goods and services in this year, then you will call it as a GDP contraction. So, GDP contraction is nothing but the reduction of GDP of a country or a group from last year. So, when we see that the GDP of the European Union has contracted, it means the goods and services that the European Union as a group was producing earlier was more than the goods and services it has produced this year. So, if it was producing 3 crore worth goods and services in 2019 and 2020, and now it is able to produce only 2 crore worth goods and services in this financial year, then you can see that there is reduction of GDP, and this is called as GDP contraction. Next, we have an article dealing with the Asian Champions League. The Asian Champions League is a league or a event or a tournament relating to the football. And in this year's the Asian Champions League, India's cricket club FC Goa has able to participate in this event. So you should note that the Asian Champions League is relating to the sport of football. Next, we have an article where several UP MLAs have asked the State Election Commissioner and the State Election Commission to defer or delay the counting of the local body votes. So, what we need to understand is regarding the State Election Commission. State Election Commission. In the 1990s, the government through the 73rd and the 74th Constitutional Amendment Acts has brought in local bodies. So, with these amendments, the Panchayati system and the urban local body system has emerged, and to conduct the elections for these local bodies, a new system or a new framework was set up. This is the State Election Commission. So, we have first a Election Commission of India. This will be responsible for conducting the elections of the President, Vice President, MLAs and MPs. Whereas, after the bringing or setting up of the urban local bodies, that is the panchayats and the urban bodies, you would require the State Election Commission. So, the State Election Commission will be responsible for the conduction of elections for panchayati system and for the urban local bodies, that is for mayors and for sarpanches in these two systems. This is relating to the State Election Commission. Next, we can see that today we celebrate the Labor Day. So, on the May 1st, we celebrate the Labor Day, and also it is celebrated as International Workers' Day. So, what is the reason for commemorating the International Workers' Day? This is to thank the workers and to recognize their efforts to the development of the nation as a whole. So, May 1st is the date we observe the Labor Day and also the International Workers' Day. And with this, we have come to the end of this session. Inform about ADOT's initiative to your other aspirant friends, and like and subscribe our videos to show your support to the ADOT initiative. Thank you.
Add-on Solutions. Add-on Desires.